Hey Girlie Girls, it's Kat. I'm back for another video and I want to try this. I see a lot of people trying out all these cool different makeups from the drugstore, and you know, I do have some drugstore staples that I use all the time. I mean, I love drugstore mascara because, you know, to me, they have some really great mascaras and you go through it so frequently, or you should at least every 3 months, and throw the ones away, that I don't think you really should spend all that money on the high-end ones, especially since they've come so far and you can get really good drugstore ones. But I've seen these talked about a lot, and I have seen, let me hold them up like this. These are all the nudes, or all the neutral palettes that they have out there. And I want to tell you kind of like my take on them. I've used all of them now, and tell you kind of just, you know, I'm not an expert. I'm just a middle-aged woman who likes to play with makeup. And I want to tell you which ones I think are worth it and which ones I think maybe aren't, and what I think about them, and you know, the whole stuff. So I'm going to start with, this is the Maybelline, and it's the Rock Nudes, and there is the packaging right there, if you can see that. Excuse me for keep on checking. And these are the colors. These kind of, to me, give you more of that kind of smoky look. I would think, you know, the new Naked Smoky palette that's out there, or anything like that. To me, I didn't like this one. To me, they didn't blend well at all. I had, you know, if you work with anything, you can make anything work, basically. But I won't gravitate towards it. You know what I mean? There's some ones that you can just pick up and, you know, you can be in and out the door really quick. With this one, you gotta work more at it. And this one was $10, I believe. I think I had a little sale at Walgreens. But here, I'll show you a couple of the colors. I mean, they're pretty colors. They just didn't blend well. That's the whole thing. They just, you know, good color pigmentation on that. If you can see that, am I doing it right? Okay. I hope I'm doing that right there. I just didn't like them. So that's my feeling on that. It does come with a double-sided little applicator thing, the sponge tip ones that, you know, get with the program at least give you a cheapy brush one, because I don't know a lot of people. I know people that do, but not a lot of people use the sponge tip applicator. If you're still using the sponge tip one, just get an e.l.f. brush and just try it once, and you will see how you blend your eyeshadow. It will look like so much better. So with that, I would say on the Rock Nudes Maybelline, I'd say no. I would say it's not worth it, especially after you see something that I do like. The next one I want to talk about is, this is the Revlon, this is the Color Stay line, and I got the Not Just Nudes, I got the Romantic Nudes, and I got the Passionate Nudes. Now the Passionate Nudes, I'll take this up so you don't actually see the glare. The Passionate Nudes are more of the warm colors right there. I hope I'm getting good light on this. And it does come with an applicator, a double-sided applicator, and this is the brush. You do have a brush like that. So that's nice. And I actually did use this just to see what it's like, and if I could use it in a pinch, and you can use it in a pinch. It's not as great, you know, I'm used to, because the brushes, if you have good brushes, they really do all the work for you. So, you know, but you can use this. To me, these, you know, how much were they? They were, let me see, $15. They didn't have much fallout, which I liked, because I was so used to a lot of the drugstore brands, you know, had a lot of fallout and didn't have a really good color payment or payoff and didn't last very long. This one did have no fallout. I mean, very little. It had a little fallout on this kind of chunkier, on this more glittery type color, but not that much. And I'm gonna watch this back, and I hope you can see that swatch. If you can't see the swatch, I promise I'll get better next time. With the lighting, I have lighting in here, but it's some natural lighting and a little bit of artificial lighting, but I can't, this viewfinder thing is so small, I can't really see. So with that one, so then this one is more like, this is the, excuse me, falling all over the place here. This is the Passionate Nudes, And then the other one, what did I say that was called? That was called the Romantic Nudes. The Passionate Nudes is the warmer tone of the, I'm gonna have to edit that part. My camera that I love using right now overheats a lot. If anybody has any suggestions on that, it seems like I can't make it through a whole video and it kind of like turns off and overheats. But okay, back to these, the Revlon Not Just Nudes. The thing that I didn't like the most is that there's not a lot, here, I'll show you these both together. There's not a lot of just depth of color, and you basically kind of get similar looks on both. In fact, there is colors that I would say are the same in both. There's just not a lot of depth of color, and you can't make a lot of looks with this. And these were, like I said, $15 a piece. And for that, you could go to Ulta with a coupon and buy one of the more, you know, on sale, one of the more name brand palettes and higher end a little bit. And, you know, I just don't. I'm not being snobby. You know, maybe if you got them on sale or something, but seeing the last one that I have, I would say pass on these, just my opinion. They're not horrible. I just don't like that you can't get that many looks out of it, and that's just it. And I don't like that all of these don't have a mirror. I know that, you know, we have mirrors on everything, so we really shouldn't need it, but I'm just kind of used to, like, if I'm on vacation, or even if I'm just sitting here having coffee outside, I want to put my makeup on just quickly outside, I like to have a mirror, especially in the eyeshadow part. So it's not handy for that, but it is nice and thin and slim, lightweight packaging, but it's easy to travel with that. So that is a good point. The ones that won my heart, that I adore, that I love, are called the CoverGirl TruNaked. I got the one in golden and the one in roses. And on the front of these, it says, shades like a leading $50 eyeshadow palette. And we know what that one they're talking about. They're talking about the Naked palettes. So the roses would be like the Naked 3. And the goldens, that's Naked 1, right? Because the Naked 2 is the cooler tone ones, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong there. But I like these a lot. These cost $12.99. Again, these didn't have a mirror. What was that, $12.99? I'm sorry. $10. These were $10 on sale, $12 normally. What I liked about them, first off, right off the bat, is I loved how they felt. Now the applicator, of course, is a double-sided sponge tip applicator. Don't like that. These feel so beautiful, so velvety. Girls, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. These, to me, are like the Lorac shadows. To me, they just are stunning. There is a swatch. I hope you can see that, girls. It looks a little dark on there, but I hope you can see. I hope you can see. I love these. Now, they won't have as many colors as you get in the original or the regular Naked 3, but to me, with my Naked 3, I don't use all of the colors. There's a lot of colors that just I would prefer to go with one or the other, so I don't need actually all these colors. And they've picked out these colors perfectly. Like, you have the satin type colors, you have the matte for your crease, you have the nice highlight color, you have this more sparkly colors for your lid. Really like these a lot. I highly recommend this. This is nice to travel with, long wear. I put this on at 7:30 in the morning. I came home at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Perfect. No creasing. It was, you know, not exactly like it was in the morning, but it was like my high-end eyeshadows that I would have paid $50 for a palette, and you can get this for $10. Highly recommend. Travel with it nice and small. As compared to the other ones, this is much smaller than the other one is like that. So I would assume that you get less product in it. I haven't done the math on that, but really like that. Let me show you real quick. That was the roses, and I'll show you the goldens. And I like the goldens too. I prefer the roses a little bit more because I like the cool tones. But the goldens, I'm telling you, with the tan that I have now, and I could see just in the summer, these are just absolutely, absolutely stunning. I would recommend this. I would buy these over the original one. I truly would. I just like the, back again. I would recommend these actually over the original ones just because I like the looks that I get. I think you can travel more friendly with this more so than you could the big, long, tin, heavier one. You know, you would use this up a little quicker, so, you know, you're not having products sit around for like a long time. And $10 compared to $50, you know, you could actually get all, I think that they offer, I got the golden and the roses, and I think that they offer one or maybe two other ones. And I'm gonna go back and get those, girls, because I really love this. I love the look. I love the blendability was a dream. This is the one that, you know, I was talking about, like the first one. This is the one that I love reaching for, and I really enjoy that. So that was those. And I wanted to do one more, thing that is not in the nudes kind of eye palette, but it's something else that I heard talked about. And this is the Maybelline Master Contour. And there it is right there. I will open this up. I got the medium to deep because I have been self-tanning. And here are the colors on the inside of that. You got one for your contour, one for the blush, and one for the highlighter. And it comes with, this brush. Ay, ay, ay. That's the brush you're supposed to use for your, ay, ay, ay. No, no, no. Don't like that. You could actually probably take this and use it for your eyeshadow. It's a brush, and it's nicer for the eyeshadow, actually. It's not a bad brush, just not for a blush and contour and highlight. But I enjoy these as well. This was $12.99, and they did have different colors. Like they had the light medium, light medium, medium deep. I'm not quite sure, but this one I really enjoy. Now the contour color, I know that you're supposed to use a contour color that has more of the coolness in it because it's more like a shadow then. And this isn't quite that. Here, I'll show you the swatchy swatch of that. I'll show you the contour color. I will show you the blush color. The blush color to me is very orgasm, is very NARS orgasm-ish. And there are the colors right there. I hope it's not getting a shadow in that. I can see when I kind of come off there like that. I love them. They blend beautifully. I'm so into that now. When things, especially since I've had some products that really almost blend themselves, and it takes so much of the time. You can really put your makeup on and you know you're not gonna go out of the house looking like a clown because your makeup is blended nice, and I like it a lot. Now the contour shade is a dark contour shade, but I like it that it's not quite so cool tone. Sometimes cool tones, to me, it turns out to kind of muddied or kind of grayish, and it's not too, like I have the Kevin Aqua, and I know that one a lot of people swear by because it is so cool tone, and it does have that color of a shadow, kind of like that color of it. To me, sometimes it's great, and sometimes it just looks, especially if I have different coloring, if I'm really pale, it looks really just like muddied and just very, like I just don't like the look. This I like because you can actually use this bronzer, this contour color as a bronzer all over the face. You can use it as a contour because it's good enough to use as a contour, especially if you don't want it to be really chiseled. I have it on today. If you don't want it to be really chiseled and you're not going for that perfect look, but just something kind of like an everyday thing, I recommend this. And you can travel with this, bring this. This is, to me, a little bit pinker than the NARS Orgasm, but to me it's an awful lot like it. And that highlight shade, I have the highlight shade on right now. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I recommend that, and that was $12.99, the Master Contour there. So I have another video that I'm gonna make after this about some eyeshadows that I got, some different eyeshadows that I got that are in the liquid form. What does that mean? I don't want to think. Let me know how you like these. Let me know if you've tried any of these palettes and what you think about them, because I know that we're all different, and don't be mad if you like it and I don't like it. I just know after trying all of these, I really recommend the TruNaked. I recommend the TruNaked as far as first, then the NotJustNudes, the Revlon, and then my least favorite would be the Rock Nudes. That's my least favorite. And I recommend this Master Contour, 100%. I like these. Sometimes the contour kits, like the more high-end one, give you so many different colors that you're never gonna use. You're gonna use all these. But again, all of these, no mirror in any of these, but there you go.